Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Your favorite one that is on J Physics Maniac. So today we are going to represent a question for upcoming JEE Advance, and this question, I have chosen. This is not extremely difficult. It is a exam type question only. I mean, such kind of question you can expect in advance, and any student with a good foundation can easily tackle this one and can get the answer. So without wasting much time, let us go into the details of the question. The statement says, as you can see in the diagram, first of all, I am sorry for the fact that I could not arrange it properly. So there may be a visibility problem regarding reading out the question, but I hope that you can manage it. So there are two loops you can see. One is a bigger loop of radius capital R, and another is a smaller loop of radius small r. And the question says that the smaller conducting loop of radius r and resistance capital R naught is falling along the axis of a stationary circular loop of radius capital R, which carries a current I naught. So this bigger loop is carrying a current I naught. And they're saying that find the magnetic force experienced by falling loop when it attains a velocity v. Now there can be multiple questions in our mind, whether that force will be a constant force, it will be a variable force, it may depend on some other factors. So we will answer one by one. And the part B, find the magnetic force acting on the smaller loop if the stationary current carrying loop has a magnetic dipole moment mu and x is much greater than capital R. So let's start. So let us think fundamentally what will happen. We know that a current carrying loop, or I will go for the basic, any circulating charge particle can be considered as a current loop, and we know that all the current loop can be considered as a magnetic dipole. So it will have certain lines of force generated. So if you apply the right hand thumb rule for this bigger loop, you can check that the magnetic field is coming in the upward direction. So definitely magnetic field will cut this smaller loop. So hence there will be a certain amount of flux, magnetic flux through that smaller loop. And we can easily calculate that flux. It is magnetic field generated by the bigger loop. So this B here practically saying this B is nothing but this is magnetic field due to bigger loop. All right, so this is the magnetic field due to bigger loop, and here we can clearly see that the factor is involving the area of the smaller loop. So pi r square is obviously area of smaller loop, because we are interested in calculating the flux through the smaller loop only. All right, now if I just differentiate this with respect to time, we will get the EMF induced as per Faraday's law. Then the induced EMF is coming to be 3 mu naught I naught capital R square pi into small r square x divided by 2 into blah blah blah. There's a lot of terms are there, you can just go through the calculation, into dx dt. And here dx dt is nothing but the velocity. It is a velocity of fall, the velocity with which the loop is falling down, since x is the separation along the axis of the two loop. So that's why. And there is one more trick you can apply, as you see. So here dx dt, if I substitute it, then E is coming to be 3 mu naught I naught r square pi r square x into v divided by this quantity. So once we got the EMF induced in the loop, I can calculate as the current induced in the smaller loop. So I will be equal to induced EMF divided by resistance R naught is already mentioned. So hence this is the term which is coming, the current induced in the smaller loop, right? Now, as I said, you just try to imagine once there is current in the smaller loop, so that smaller loop also starts behaving like a magnet, right? Magnetic dipole. If you imagine the magnetic field created by the bigger loop, this is the equation, right? And from this equation, you can clearly see that it is not a constant magnetic field. It is a non-uniform magnetic field. As x changes, magnetic field value also changes. So we can comfortably write, whenever a bar magnet or a dipole is falling through a non-uniform magnetic field, the force that acts on that dipole can be written as mu del B del X. So mu is simply I into A, and and B value we have already seen. This is the B value, correct? This is the B value. This one is the B value. So that B is the magnetic field of the bigger loop, and this mu I will write categorically. So here mu that I have written is magnetic dipole moment of the smaller loop, and this del B del X is basically variation of B of the bigger loop with respect to X. So if I substitute, finally F value comes to be this. This is a huge quantity which is coming, right? And we can see that F is directly dependent on the value X, hence it is not a constant force. The force changes with the value of X. Now part B I am leaving out to you. If you do this approximation, you can check on your own how much answer you are getting, right? So I hope you have enjoyed. If you do like this video, please subscribe and share. And if it comes healthy for you, if it comes handy for you, it will be the greatest thing that I can have in terms of your achievement. So thanks all of you. Keep cooperating. Thanks all.